That was gonna be my honorable mention, the Jets, but that wasn't the guy who I really had. I think the guy who I have with the most pressure is Mac Jones.
These niggas tackle, I'm bringing a pack. I'm a roller with stars and I'm smoking on platinum. Got my eye on the prize so I don't do distractions. I'm coming back.
Yo, what it do? It's your boys Juice and Lou. We back here with another episode for y'all. We still on the football talks. Hey, last
Yeah.
night's live, we talked about basketball though. But if you missed it, hey, I'm gonna put my Instagram down in the description. You guys can go and watch that. It was live. It was lit.
Yeah.
But on the
Shout out to
football
all who
talks,
came.
shout out to all y'all, man. But we got something for y'all. It's cool. All the quarterbacks that got drafted. We're going to talk to you today about who or which one has the most pressure going into this season. So, J. Lou, go ahead and get us started.
Like you said, talking about the quarterback who's going to be under the most pressure their rookie year
Right.
coming up. Now, of course, there was 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round. You got Trevor Lawrence, Zack Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and
Kyle Trask.
Justin Fields.
Oh,
No,
Kyle Trask.
Justin
Oh,
Fields.
you're not putting Kyle Trask. I'm Kyle Trask. Yeah,
Nah, we're
but you
talking
know.
about the first round quarterbacks.
Right.
So those 5, in my opinion, the one that'll be under the most pressure be Zack Wilson. Now, he's playing for the Jets. They're not. I wouldn't say pressure as in to win, but he definitely, in my opinion, has the most pressure to perform. Because before the season ended, I had never heard of Zack Wilson. Well, the college football season, I never heard of him. Even during the NFL season, I never really heard about his game. And then as soon as the NFL season ended, reports started coming out about this kid from BYU, a quarterback who could be like Patrick Mahomes. That's everybody's favorite go-to comparison nowadays, Patrick Mahomes. So looking at him, his stats at BYU, he only lost 1 game last year. And like we talked about earlier, it was to a ranked team. So he wasn't playing against the best competition in college to start off with. And he gets drafted number 2 ahead of Justin Fields, who went to the NCAA football national championship. He got drafted ahead of Trey Lance, Mac Jones, who actually was the quarterback of the Alabama team who won the title game in the college. So it's this pick for the Jets is very, very risky, in my opinion. Picking him at number 2, like I said, over the quarterbacks that we've already known. And I wouldn't say he has pressure to win, like I said, but he definitely has pressure to perform because he's going to have a new head coach. And Sam Darnold's not on the team anymore. People in New York thought he was the problem, like he wouldn't be a good quarterback in the future. So they moved on quickly, traded him to Carolina, and picked up Zack Wilson. Now, what he has to work with, he has an O-line. He has Mekhi Becton, one of the best young left tackles in the game. I would say their running back game is suspect. Right now, they still have Frank Gore and Ty Johnson as the running back, so not very talented running backs. But on the outside, they picked up Corey Davis this offseason, which is a very interesting move because it seems like he's going to be the number 1 wideout for this team. And then the defensive side of the ball, they were injured most of last year, and I don't think they're signing Brian Poole back, their cornerback, well, probably their best corner. They do have Quentin Williams still on the D-line. Their D-line isn't that bad, actually. And they did pick up C.J. Mosley a while ago from the Ravens, but he hasn't been performing because he's been hurt most of the time. But I don't think the Jets will have any real expectations as a team, but I still think Zack Wilson is the most quarterback under pressure to perform.
That was gonna be my honorable mention, the Jets, but that wasn't the guy who I really had. I think the guy who I have with the most pressure Mac Jones. I think out of all the QB competition in the draft, because you don't got to worry. Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, they don't got to worry about fighting for whoever's going to be the starting QB. Mac Jones does. Justin Fields does, even though he'll probably get it like midway through the season. And Trey Lance does. Those three have to worry about it. Trey Lance and Justin Fields, I see them getting it like maybe midway through the season, but I think Mac Jones will probably get an earlier shot. And especially because his pro days weren't that good compared to the other QBs. So everybody was like, Mac Jones, this and that. And then people are already questioning Alabama quarterbacks. Like, quarterbacks that come out of Alabama, they're not that good, this and that. And then on top of that, Mac Jones' bad pro day. So everybody's basically like, and then he was falling down the draft. I mean, I guess it was good in the Patriots because they wanted him, but they didn't think trading up for him was worth it. So maybe the Patriots are still about it, So he fell to the Patriots, or fortunately, he fell to the Patriots. But now, not only do you have to be in the QB competition against Cam Newton, you're also playing for Bill Belichick. That's pressure.
Right.
That's pressure alone. So you're looking at the pressure with Mac Jones, pressure with Bill Belichick, pressure with the QB competition, with people, you got doubters looking at you. They're going to be watching your games. Now, what you can say about Zach Wilson is you can see if it was the Jets, if it was the QB or the coaching. That's like maybe it was one problem. I don't see that as a big as anything serious, but definitely Mac Jones is about to face more pressure just because of the Patriots' history as well. Patriots history, the Jets haven't had any winning history as of recent. 49ers, they were there with just injuries, but can't really count on that. Jags haven't had any winning history. Chicago hasn't had any winning history as of recent and all that other stuff. Patriots is the only team that drafted a quarterback that has had a winning history with a winning coach and pretty much the same winning team defensively. But that offense is new. Still going to work on it. It's going to take a couple of weeks. That's really it, though. Mac Jones is by far the most quarterback with a chip on his shoulder. He got a chip on his shoulder.
What week would you estimate he starts?
Out of 17, I'll give week 5. Week 5, he starts.
So right after they play the Tom Brady Bucks.
Hey, maybe. Hey, he may, depending on how Cam plays in that Bucks game, maybe Mac Jones gets a shot during that game. Maybe. Everybody dubbing him, Everybody in New England dubbing him the next Tom Brady. We're going to see how that goes. That's some pressure too. Being dubbed the next Tom Brady, that's some pressure. That's pressure too. It's Mac Jones by far. Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Interesting point you got though. Not bad.
Yep.
It's just not mine.
I don't know.
I think he'll be solid though. Mac Jones.
Zack Wilson, I've got Justin Fields getting more pressure than Zack Wilson, in my opinion. Well, maybe he just has a chip on his shoulder. I wouldn't really consider it pressure. Maybe he
I can't say Justin Fields because people. If Zack Wilson doesn't perform, it's a bust pick because no one's seen him play in college really. But we've seen Justin Fields play on the highest level of competition in college.
Yeah.
We've seen Mac Jones play against the highest level of competition in college. We've seen Trevor Lawrence. That's why Trevor Lawrence went number
But
one.
Mac Jones had a lot of great receivers around him.
Yeah, I mean, he's at Alabama. I mean,
Yeah, that's the point though. That's the point. It's like
you got to work with.
Alabama QBs don't get enough credit because there's so much talent everywhere else at every position. So it's like, oh, are they gonna be good? Because they had all this talent and it's college, so it's not that not that hard to put up
Bill
points.
Belichick and Nick Saban are really good friends too. So maybe this quarterback will work out.
Maybe it'll work
I don't
out.
think Nick Saban will set up Bill Belichick. But
Okay,
hopefully.
because there was some videos. It was like Bill Belichick. They were at Mac Jones's workout, and if you saw Bill, like it's like their faces after Mac Jones, like after he did something or he overthrew somebody, it was just like
Fake news,
ooh,
man.
yeah,
It's fake news.
I don't know, man, but that's gonna wrap up this episode, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, Juice and Lou merch coming soon. We just got some ships today. Gonna have that website going for you real soon. But we're gonna be back with another episode tomorrow. Until then, it's your boys Juice and Lou, and we out of here. Peace.
Peace.